What's up, guys? So, it's come to my attention that I really don't upload enough on this channel. You know, a mix of procrastination and putting it off, and also just me not really having the time to do it because, I'm in school and that takes up a lot of time. But I did, when I first created this channel, I actually want to, try, and I wanted to try and make videos of high quality, because I've made videos before. Mainly ones of poor quality that I'd solidly put together over the course of a weekend. But I wanted to be able to make videos that were, not bad and that had a bit of care put into them. And we're going to talk about Deadpool and Wolverine, the new movie that's coming out tomorrow. So I'm very excited to see this movie. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that. But there's also a little bit of, kind of, from what I've seen, a little bit of a mixed perception on if it's good or not, or if it's going to be bad. Up until a couple days ago, I swore that it was going to be good, and I still do. I think it's going to be a great movie, and a lot of people are going to love it. But I've also heard some things that have said otherwise, so I'm going to get into that a bit later. But yeah, no, I've tried to do my homework as best as I could to watch this movie. I don't know. Obviously, you're not really going to understand it if you haven't seen the first two Deadpool movies, so I did that. I watched those a couple months ago. I watched every Wolverine movie there is. I mean, I enjoyed them. They were alright. The earlier two, X-Men Origins Wolverine and The Wolverine, were fine, I guess. I don't know. Obviously, Deadpool 3, or Deadpool and Wolverine, will be better than X-Men Origins Wolverine and The Wolverine 2013. Okay, I'm going to get into everything that I've heard about the movie so far, because I'm going to be honest with you guys, I've been watching quite a lot of videos about speculations about what's going to happen in this movie, and I really don't think a lot of them are true. So, obviously I have seen, I think, every trailer, definitely not every promo video in general, because they've been a lot. They've been advertising the heck out of this movie. I mean, just off the top of my head, there's the Xbox controller, the Wolverine popcorn bucket, the Deadpool bum popcorn bucket, which I will not be getting. That's uncomfortable. Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds are appearing in every single talk show and podcast. It seems like they just keep coming back. I saw a video on The Onion that talked about the movie a little, although it's more of a skit, obviously, because it's The Onion. I heard they were releasing fake leaks and stuff on the internet. I don't really know what that was about, but it was something that I also had that they used in order to promote the movie. And obviously, the TVA from Loki are going to be in the movie. I could talk for hours about superhero movie fatigue, and particularly Marvel movie fatigue, for hours, for so long, because it's an issue that frustrates me, because Marvel is not dying. Whatever people are saying, it's just a large case of conformity, and it looked like it's dying because it's not quite as good as it was. I admit that the movies and shows that they have been releasing aren't of the same quality as what we've saw in phases 1 or 2, but I think people are misunderstanding the modern MCU landscape, and even just down to the way that you're supposed to intake Marvel Cinematic Universe content nowadays. I feel like people just aren't really getting that. So I could talk about that for so long. I could keep rambling on about that, but I'm not gonna. Marvel knows that people are criticizing their work right now more than ever before, and so they kind of bring in Deadpool as literally the quote-unquote Marvel Jesus. That's what they say in the trailer. They call him Marvel Jesus. Oh, he calls himself that. I think when he's at the TVA. And I still think it's going to do great. The MCU doesn't quite need to be saved, but it's going to do great. So about some of the leaks I've heard things as outlandish as a Wolverine versus Hulk fight, which I don't think is going to happen. Obviously there was, I don't know if you guys saw it. I'll try and pull up an image of it now if I can find it, but there was a pretty obvious fake image of Cyclops being on set. A lot of people are saying it's going to be the grand conclusion to the Fox X-Men universe, and it's going to bring a lot of people back and have a bunch of cameos. And well, I do think it's going to have a bunch of cameos, because there was this one actor that they said the public audience don't even know about all the other cameos yet. So there's going to be cameos in this movie for sure, but I don't think they're going to bring back like all of the original X-Men. They might have Professor X, maybe, because he's in so many of these X-Men movies, but I don't know. I should also mention, the entire movie has already been leaked online. It was leaked, I think, a couple days ago. My friend actually has the file for it. I don't think he watched it. He's very certain that the movie is not good. He showed it to a friend who watched it. They said it was mid. I'll show you guys, like, the conversation of that. My friend is pretty determined to convince me that the movie is not going to be good. He brought up the Metacritic scores, which apparently are already very bad. I don't know how. I mean, only the early access, like, review people have seen it so far, the professional critics and whatnot. So, I mean, it's barely any scores, so I don't really know why that would be a good determinant. He even admitted that Metacritic kind of sucked, so I don't know what that was about, but anyways, I've heard from most sources, mostly critics from Twitter. I don't use Twitter, but I watch YouTube videos about people that talk about the reception of the movie so far, and it seems like a decent amount of them say that they liked the movie and that it is going to have a decent impact. That's another thing. There's this whole idea that the movie is going to have a very large impact on the MCU because it's going to really properly introduce mutants. There are already mutants in the MCU, but it's going to, like, really hone in on introducing them, and perhaps Deadpool will even, like, at one point be in one of these movies with like, the Avengers or something. I don't know about that. Kevin Feige, who, like, runs all of this stuff, he, like, produces a lot of the movies. He produces a lot of the X-Men movies as well. Said that if the impact that Infinity War had was a 9, and the impact on the MCU that Endgame had was a 10, then Deadpool and Wolverine is an 8, which seems very high. It seems like this is going to be as impactful as, like, an Avengers film. This friend of mine I mentioned before also seems to think, I don't know this for sure, but he kind of thinks that it's not going to make as much money as the other Marvel movies. I think that's bullcrap. I think this is set up to make at least $1 billion because of how hard they went on the advertisement. I mean, everywhere you go, there's ads. Every ad I get on YouTube, like, okay, not every ad, maybe 95% of the ads I get on YouTube are either Kamala Harris telling me to vote, you should go vote for her right now, or whatever, and Deadpool and Wolverine. Guys, this movie will be in the top 10 of most financially successful Marvel movies. At the very least, this is going to be the most financially successful X-Men movie. Obviously, the first two Deadpools did pretty well, money-wise, I'm pretty sure, but also just, like, obviously people like that. So I really don't know where it comes from when people say that it's going to be bad. I mean, obviously the people that seen it that say it's bad, like, they can have their opinion. But saying that it's going to be bad when it's coming off the coattails of, first of all, Logan, which was one of the most praised Fox X-Men movies, and Deadpool, which is also a very popular character. For a while, it seemed like he wasn't as popular because, of course, Deadpool 2 came out in 2018, I think. But yeah, no. People are going to like this movie. And I think it could make over $1 billion. I think it's going to make more. I don't think it's going to make more than No Way Home. I don't remember how much money each Avenger film made. Ultron was more successful than the first one, right? So I guess maybe it'll make more than the first event. I think the first Avengers made more than $1 billion, though I don't remember. No, I think if I had to pick an exact number, because I'm really honing in on the financial success of the movie, because I want to try and make, like, a proper prediction and see if I can get it right. I'd say maybe 1.2, maybe $1.1 billion for the box office. Now, it's not, we're not going to find out tomorrow if that's right, because it takes a long time for the money to actually flow in, but, this movie is going to be liked, and it's even more of a surefire bet gonna make a lot of money. I wanted to talk more about Marvel in general on this channel because I got a lot of Marvel opinions. I've been trying to keep up with the MCU, not as it comes out. I'm very late to the party on the MCU. I think I started watching back in, late 2021. So back when, the shows were coming out and stuff. I don't know if I'm going to see it opening day tomorrow. In fact, I'm probably not going to because theater's usually packed on that day. I might go the following weekend, because tomorrow's a Friday, right? Yeah. I'm going to try and release this on today, Thursday. But if you say that this movie is going to be bad, fine by me. I mean, you probably have your reasons. But if you say that this movie's going to be not financially successful, what are you on about? Because it is one of the most advertised movies. It's probably going to be the most heavily advertised movie this year in general, just because of how much crap they've done over the last few months. There definitely going to be a lot of people, most of them just committing to conformity of the stupid MCU is dying crowd that just never seems to die down. I don't know, guys. It's just a lot of times it seems like negative voices speak the loudest, and I don't want that for Marvel. And I feel like all of these people do want that for Marvel. Because the more Marvel fails, the more views that these people get on their stupid video essays that are like, Marvel's never coming back. And obviously they are going to come back. They still are able to release one very successful movie each year. And this year, it's going to be Deadpool. It's a surefire hit. They knew it was a surefire hit, which is one of the reasons that it's the only movie coming out this year for Marvel. There's nothing that they need to release aside Deadpool and Wolverine because it's such a safe bet. So they get to push all their projects into the future to 2025 and 2026. But yeah, hope you enjoyed, and go see Deadpool and Wolverine in theaters this weekend.